So I'm here with Jason Ashcraft of Helion Prime, and what are your other bands currently?
Just Helion Prime, Planeswalker, and of Romulus.
Oh, so. Just.
I feel it's not as bad as people always think because it's a matter of dividing the time, right?
Yeah.
Some projects aren't as active as the others. Like Of Romulus is kind of a thing I'm doing with Heather Michelle, the original Prime singer, and it's really on her schedule. So whenever she feels like doing something, we do it.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot of pressure off me. And Planeswalker is sort of the same thing. Sozos is in Glory Hammer now, so we kind of just do it when we can. So people always see a lot of things, and like, how does he do it? It's like, well, they're not always busy all at the same time.
I thought I saw something with you getting frustrated with the music scene at one point.
Yeah, but I think that's just musicians,
Oh, okay.
We all have our moments of frustration.
Because I was worried, because it sounded like you were just giving up on it, and I was like, I hope not.
Well, I guess in the spirit of honesty, there was a moment where I thought Prime was done. Like we did after the third album, it was just whatever drive there was kind of gone there for a while. And after talking with people and kind of reevaluating things, obviously it's it gets frustrating. You burn out. It's just part of the gig, and
it's hard.
It is, and we kind of did a little rebranding, and we're trying a new direction. But it's a way to bring all the stuff together. And so, no, I'm not gone yet.
Good.
But you have your days for sure. But I love it more than the positives outweigh the negatives. So even when you have those days where you think you're done, you always find a way to get yourself back into it.
And so this tour is just kind of all your stuff together.
Yeah, so we're testing the waters. Because that was one of the things is, again, Planeswalker, Of Romulus, those are two bands that could never tour. Like Heather has explicitly said, even if Of Romulus takes off, I do not want to tour.
Right.
That's for everybody who keeps giving me shit about Heather. She does not want to tour.
And wasn't that the issue with the original Helion Prime setup?
Yep. Yeah, and it's just something she has no desire to do. She did it for a while, and it's not her thing. Yeah. So, and then Planeswalker, we had visa issues with Sozos, and that's why he wasn't on that Unleash the Archers tour, and Mary came in.
Right.
And so that became a thing. So we started. So it's like, I have these two projects with them. Neither project can tour. So I was sitting here like, man, I have all these songs I do that don't get played. Yeah. And I was like, I wish there was a way to get them out there. And that's where this sort of idea of like, well, let's rebrand Prime to this sort of vessel that I could take on the road and play a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And so this tour is kind of testing that water to see how, and so far people have loved it. Yeah. I've had people come up who are like, oh, I know you from Planeswalker, or I know you from this. Right. And again, it's a cool way to, these songs that otherwise would just sit on like a digital shelf and not get performed live. And I've gotten the blessing, like Sozos is actually, we've been sending Sozos videos, and he's like excited about it, he loves it. So, I mean, again, he's like, he wants to see these songs played too.
Yeah.
And obviously doing.
Now, was he the same guy that's the second vocalist for Helion Prime? Second album?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's very funny. We always laugh. Like, I still work with them. Just certain things led to not being able to work together in Prime. Like Heather doesn't want to. Heather's very much like. We went hard with Of Romulus for the new songs, and now she's like, yeah, I don't know, whenever, So it's like, all right, So when she's ready, we'll do more.
Now, have you had multiple vocalists on this tour?
No, just Barbara.
Just Barbara.
So Barbara Blackthorne from Empress.
Okay.
And she's fucking killing it. Can I swear on this?
Yeah,
thing?
you can swear.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. She's killing it, man, because it's a tall order. Because we're also doing Dire Apparel songs. Okay. So we're looking at Heather Michelle, Sozos Michael, Mary Zimmer, John Yellen. That's 4 different singers that she has to come into, all with their unique styles, and she's doing justice to all of them. So it's been really cool to hear her put her touch on all these songs.
That's cool. That's very cool. Oh, yeah. Is there a new Helion Prime in the works?
Yeah, we just released a single a month ago called Pandemonium.
I think I missed that.
Yeah, so new single, Pandemonium, actually has Sozos on it.
Okay.
And Kristen Allgood, who's a friend of mine from back home, did some harsher vocals on it. So again, not something you hear often in Prime, but it felt right for the song. And it's actually a prologue to what's going to be a bigger expanded concept story that we'll probably have out later next year. So there's definitely new Prime coming.
Okay.
And yeah, we kind of put this song out as a little teaser. We're playing it tonight, so if you haven't heard it, you'll hear it tonight. But you'll hear it with Barbara, not Sozos. So So it'll be cool because you'll hear this version first, and then you can go listen to the Sozos version.
And how many? is it mostly Helion Prime songs, or do you have them divided up pretty evenly?
No, it's mostly Prime.
Okay.
So I still want Helion Prime to be Helion Prime.
Okay.
You know, I feel like what I do with Romulus and what I do with Planeswalker, they're still different enough to have their own strengths. So Helion Prime will still be Prime. When we do music, it'll still be as I would write music for Prime. When we go on tour, it'll still mostly be a Prime show, but we'll sprinkle in, like this tour, we're fortunate that we have a longer set, so we can pull a little bit from everything.
Right.
But say we do a festival with only like 40 minutes, I might just take one song, you know?
Gotcha,
So it won't always be evenly dispersed, but it's nice to have that freedom of like, hey, we can, if we all want to play that, like for Forever Serpent, a Planeswalker song, all of us love playing that song, so that'll probably stay in the set as we move forward, just because it's so fun to play.
It's like covering your own band.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But again, you know, going back to, it's better than to me, it's better than the songs just sitting and, you know, we put them out and that's it. Yeah. So.
And where does the name come from, Helion Prime?
The Chronicles of Riddick. So old 2004 film with Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just watching it one day, and we actually called it Furion, but I felt Furion was a little harder, more thrashy kind of sounding.
Yeah.
And I was like, Helion Prime, that sounds cool. So it's the planet where a good chunk of the movie takes place.
And for this next concept record, do you have an idea already set out? I assume you do?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to give us a hint?
Well, so if you've heard the single, you know it involves an orb, a green orb. We're going very cosmic horror with it. Cosmic horror meets sort of dystopian sci-fi, but I tell people more dystopian sci-fi like the Horizon video games. So mankind has kind of reverted back to tribal. I'm actually telling way too much than I should, so that's all I'm gonna say for now. But if you listen to the first single, you'll get an idea. Okay. I've been last couple years really getting into like Lovecraftian stuff, and so you just got to kind of follow where the inspiration's taking you.
Cosmic horror and sci-fi are my favorite mix.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I know Prime, and that's the thing though, is like Prime was always meant to be more like science-based.
Yeah.
But, and you know, I've seen people like give me crap for it, like, I thought you were just gonna do science-based. It's like, I mean, at the time I thought that, but whatever's inspired me in the moment, I'm gonna do it, you know?
Absolutely.
And so...
and besides, you have a mechanized dinosaur on your cover, I mean.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I don't know. I feel, because, you know, after we did Question Everything, which was the big science album, I didn't know even where, I was like, I don't know where I want to do now. You know, that was like, because I had the idea for that album for years, and then I did it. I didn't know what was next, and then this is what's inspiring me, so it's what I'm going to follow.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, so we'll still do science stuff, you know, eventually, but it's not speaking to me right now. So.
And where can people find Helion? Where's the best place to follow you to pick up all your material?
I use Instagram more these days than Facebook, so I'm more active on that. But any of the social medias, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on TikTok because I'm trying to get the hang of it, but I don't have a Helion Prime TikTok.
Okay.
We have a Big Cartel. You can find us.
You on Bandcamp?
No, we're not on Bandcamp. We should be, but we might be. I don't know. Look it up. Maybe we are, and I don't remember. I know Dire Apparel's up there.
Okay.
But yeah, so right now, like on YouTube, I've been. Like, I didn't come up with a name, but a lot of like fans and stuff in the Discord have started calling it the Ashcraftverse.
Nice.
So I've changed the YouTube name to be that, so I can start releasing everything under one umbrella. Because the one thing about this is, it's very hard to keep track of like when I got to post something for this, and it's like when I have just one place to push it all, it's a lot easier.
You have a Discord?
Yeah, which is the Ashcraftverse. So,
okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So.
All right. Anything else people should know?
I don't know. Check out Pandemonium. There may or may not be, but definitely a new Planeswalker song very, very soon. I don't know when this is coming out, but very soon.
All right.
So keep an eye out for that if you like the Planeswalker stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Cool.